Good morning. My name is Gilda and I am here with my colleague Thomas Chu and with Professor Peter Markowitz, the director of the Catherine O. Greenberg Immigration Justice Clinic at Cardozo School of Law. Together we drafted this rulemaking petition on behalf of the National Day Labor Organizing Network. The petition requests the Department of Homeland Security immediately suspend the deportations of millions of low-priority individuals and their families. The goal of the petition is to set forth the clear legal authority the President possesses to, on his own, suspend deportations for a broad class of undocumented immigrants and to grant these immigrants work authorization. For too long, the debate about what the President should do to fix our broken immigration system has been stifled by questions about his legal authority. This petition should put those questions to rest. The President has the power to act on his own. The only question that remains is whether he will live up to his repeated promises to do everything in his power to ease the suffering caused by our overly punitive immigration system. It is time the administration recognizes the contributions of hardworking immigrants by giving them a chance to remain in the U.S. with their families. Now, it is true that only Congress can grant a pathway to citizenship, but it is equally true that only the President can determine whether to initiate deportation proceedings. That is the separation of powers set forth in our Constitution. The Constitution vests the executive authority with the President and the President alone. And the Supreme Court has been emphatic that this power includes virtually absolute discretion over whether, when, and against whom to initiate enforcement proceedings. The power has been exercised by every modern president across a broad range of administrative arenas, including immigration. There's a long history of presidents using their executive authority to defer deportations. In the 1960s, it was President Kennedy suspending the deportations of Cubans. In the 1990s, it was President Bush suspending the deportations of certain Chinese nationals. And most recently, in June of 2012, President Obama himself used the unilateral power of the presidency to defer the deportations of thousands of young undocumented people who came to the United States as children. The Constitution, the Supreme Court, and historical practice all demonstrate that the President can, on his own, determine that it is not in our national interest to continue deporting hundreds of thousands of immigrants each year. He has the power to suspend the deportation of immigrants who have earned a right to lawful status by supporting our economy and by becoming valued members of our American family. Suspending the deportations of low-priority workers allows the executive branch to make their enforcement decisions based on common sense and allows families who contribute to our economy to stay together. It will also allow the Department of Homeland Security to focus much-needed resources in other areas, like fixing the long backlog in the immigration courts and in the processing of visa and naturalization applications, like improving the deplorable conditions in immigration detention, and like ensuring that basic due process protections are available in our deportation system. The President recently said that he is modestly optimistic that Congress will act on immigration reform this year. We truly hope that he is right. But today, over 1,000 immigrants will be deported. They will not benefit from any congressional action in the near future. Tomorrow, another 1,000 will be separated from their children and spouses. We cannot wait for Congress to act. The President has pledged in the State of the Union speech, and I am quoting, "Wherever and whenever I can take steps without legislation to expand opportunity for more American families, that's what I'm going to do." Mr. President, this is your opportunity to act. And the first step is to grant deferred action status to low-priority immigrant individuals. Thank you.